Hello, YouTube family. It's me, Amy. I'm back. I hope you all had a blessed day. We did. Every day is a blessing. I'm going to be talking about PenPals and the ones that I wrote to. I had chose to write to grown men when I was 16 years old, which I should not have been doing, and they should not have been doing. They shouldn't have been writing me, and I shouldn't have been writing them. I had other pen pals at that age, but these ones were just normal pen pals. Now, these two, of course, were not because they were incarcerated. And like I said, I was way too young to be writing grown men, period, and grown men in jail. One was in a prison and one was in a correctional, I don't know what they call it, kind of correctional camp or facility or something like that. I'm not going to tell their names. I'll just say that there's guy H and guy F. My parents knew about this. No. Did they want me to do it? No. Did they try to stop me from doing it? Not really. I mean, I wouldn't listen anyway, so. But there's some things that you really need to pay attention to, but at 16 you're not. You think you know it all. Anyhow, they were charged with serious crimes. These weren't little crimes. But I really didn't think about that. I didn't realize how serious the crimes were until later on in life, you know. Anyway, so I wrote them from the period time of when I started until they got out. Until they were released. Okay, guy H was released before guy F was, as far as I can remember. Guy H had told me that, he was like a big brother to me, and he was going to come see me when he got out. Now, granted, they didn't have a P.O. box address. They were writing my parents' home address, which is another huge no-no. One day, my youngest brother comes in and says, "Amy, your brother's outside on the porch." I'm like, "What?" And he goes, "Yeah, some guy out there said he's a big brother and he's come to see you." Okay, I have two brothers. He was not my brother. He was the one that I had been writing to. Guy H. Little did I think he would show up. But he did. I was really nervous. Very, very nervous when I was talking to him. I was surprised and I was scared that he was there at the same time. We talked for about 20 minutes, and he said he'd get a hold of me, and he left. And we ended up hanging out, and of course it went from big brother to, "Oh, I like you," which was kind of, I was excited, overwhelmed, nervous, all of it combined. We didn't see each other all the time, because at that time I didn't drive. I was close to being 17. But anyhow, I did go and see him a couple times. We had, I don't know what you would want to call it. I don't really want to say relationship. I mean, like I said, he was in his 20s and I was only not even 17. That shouldn't have never happened to begin with. But it did. Anyway, we all make mistakes. I made a mistake. He made a mistake, so I ran into some trouble with him later on. We were on again, off again. It was, like I said, wasn't really a relationship. I ended up getting pregnant with my son while I had talked to him on and off. And I had broke up with my son's father for a while. We weren't married at the time. And ended up started hanging out with this guy again. Things, they went south. So he went his way, I went my way. Well, a best friend of mine decided that she was going to get involved with him. And she's the same age, well, she's younger than me. But anyway, at that time, we had gone over to his visit. She was going over to visit his mom, and I went with her. And jokingly, I took a picture that he had drew. I just took it. I shouldn't have, but I took it. It was just a picture that he drew, a self-portrait of himself, I guess, whatever. Anyway, during this time that I had, quit seeing him and all that, and was trying to get back with my son's father, he was following me, and I didn't know it. Well, that was right before I tried to get back with my son's father. I was still not sure what was going on with that situation, but I found out he was following me because he had called me, and he told me that he knew where I was, and that he was watching me, and he knew who I was with, which scared me really bad. I'm like, okay. Well, at the time, I take that back. He wasn't with my best friend yet. He was with some woman. And he was calling me from her house. And I ended up calling her and telling her, oh, look, your boyfriend's calling me. He's been following me. Can you please take care of this? He's harassing me. And she's like, oh yeah, she said she didn't know anything about it. Anyway, fast forward to when I jokingly took the picture that he had drew. Well, he went off. He got really, really angry and said, oh, I spent a lot of time drawing that when I was in prison, and how dare you take it? And I didn't think it was that big of a deal. Well, it turned into a big deal real quick. He ended up threatening me. He said he was going to come after me and my son, which I was pregnant with at the time, and my parents. And he made it clear that what he would do. And I ended up, let's just say I should have made a call that I didn't. I needed more proof that he had said this. And by that time he had got with my best friend, and I couldn't get the person that heard him make this threat to say anything, because had they stood up and said, yeah, he did say this to her, I heard him say this, he would have went back to jail. So I was pretty scared. After that, it pretty much died down. But that was a hard lesson for me to learn. As of today, I don't know where he is, and I don't care. I don't know. And I don't care to know. Okay, guy F. I was writing at the same time. He gets out. It's quite a while. I mean, I talked to him after he got out, and then I went and visited him. That visit was a little scary. He was a grown man, and I'm still, a teenager. And he had something set in his mind, and I really was on the fence. I was too nervous to do it. And my best friend showed up in time. I was at his house with him by myself. My parents took me over there because they thought his mother was home, which I lied. I knew she wasn't there. But they didn't. Once again, somewhere I shouldn't have been. But we all learn. Things could have progressed really quick had she not come. And I'm glad she did. I'm not saying he would have done anything to me, but I just felt like the situation was out of my control. I didn't like it, and I felt uncomfortable. I just wasn't ready for something like that. So later on, I end up hanging out with him after I had my son, because I was broke up with my son's father. We had been married, but we were broke up. That relationship was rough, so being married was on again, off again, because we just had a lot of problems in the marriage. But then I ended up hanging out with him, and we talked a lot. And at one point in time, I thought we were supposed to be together, going to get together. That's how he made it sound too, but there was just too many road bumps and hiccups and all that, so that wasn't going to happen, which is fine with me, because I wasn't meant to be with him and he wasn't meant to be with me. And from what I understand, I guess he's doing good. At the time, shoot, the last time I spoke to him was years and years and years. It's been a long, long time that I talked to him. But I guess he's doing good. Last time I talked to him, last time I talked to him, and like I said, that was years ago. He had 2 kids when I hung out with him. He had 2 kids, and then I guess when he got married, because he did get married again, he had sent me an email stating he got married, and then let's see, I think he's had 3 kids since then, so I don't know, he's got like 5 kids, 6 kids, something like that, I don't know. I think his wife had 1 kid before she got with him, I don't know. But from what I understand from then, he was doing good. I don't know about now. I wish him well. He straightened up. Let's just put it this way. Guy H, I don't think ever did. I don't know. Maybe he did. I hope he did. I don't know. But those are some lessons I learned. You don't know everything you think you know when you're a teenager. Like I said, and I got married too when I was a teenager. I was 19 when I got married, and I had my son. I got pregnant with him when at 18, and I married his dad at 19. And we were together 6 years, and we got divorced. So you live and you learn. That marriage was rocky. It definitely had its good points, but unfortunately the bad outdid the good. I was too young. He was, when I got married, and he was just coming out of a marriage, his first marriage. His divorce was just final when I met him. Was just getting finalized, and he had already had a son from a previous marriage, his first marriage. So we ended up having a son, who I'm very grateful for. You know, I love my son to death, and my daughter too. I was never married to my daughter's father. We dated, but that's all that came out of that. Once he found out I was pregnant, he didn't want nothing to do with me. So, some people just aren't born to be fathers. Some women aren't born to be mothers. That's just how it is. We all make mistakes. You definitely learn as you go. No parent is perfect. But you know, it is what it is. I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change it because I wouldn't have my son or my daughter. And I love them to death. I love both of them. They're a blessing. They're my blessing. I'd actually done something right. God knew I could handle it, because if he thought I couldn't handle it and he knew I couldn't handle it, he wouldn't have given me my children. He had no doubts. So he gave me my kids. He gave me my blessings. So that's pretty much what this video was about. Please, if you have any ideas of what you would like to see, what kind of videos you'd like to see, please share them with me. Please hit the notification button, the bell, the like, the subscribe, and share me if you want. I would greatly appreciate it. You all have a blessed night, and I love you. Bye.